Okay, make sure on your structure list that you're paying attention to all of the bolded items. Those are things that we can ask you about in the lab, things that I'm going to point out to you on this model and on a few other models. So make sure you watch all the videos for that. The first thing I want you guys to see is back behind the nose, we have these raised areas which are called conchas. So we have a superior concha because it's on top, a middle concha in the middle, and an inferior concha because it's on the bottom. Underneath each of the conchas is a meatus. So they're named the same way, where this is the superior meatus, it's like a valley there, and then a middle meatus and an inferior meatus. So concha are raised, meatuses are underneath or pushed down in. And then also I want you guys to know the hard palate, which is this bony part of the roof of your mouth. So hard palate here, and soft palate right behind it, which is where this guy would represent the dangly thing in the back of your throat. So soft palate, hard palate. This whole tube back here is called the pharynx. The pharynx is where we have air, but also where we have food, and that's really important, especially the food part. So food can drop into this area down into the pharynx. The epiglottis would be represented by this blue part right here. It would swing down and close off when we swallow so that food is directed this way and not into where all of our air would go. So this area right here is called our larynx. And it also holds the vocal cords, which are these two little lips right here. Those are the vocal cords, and would continue down as the trachea. So windpipe is the trachea. All right, so I told you guys that this is the pharynx, but it has three specific parts to break it into. So we have the nasopharynx, which would be running from the back of the nose to the end of the soft palate. So nasopharynx here. We have oropharynx because it's behind the mouth, which is like oral. So oropharynx here, from the soft palate to the edge of the epiglottis. And from here down, basically, is going to be the laryngopharynx, because I told you this is the larynx, and this is the pharynx. So laryngopharynx right here. Those are the three parts going down in the pharynx. So this big muscle is your tongue. Back behind your tongue is your lingual tonsil. So that's this kind of bubbly looking area. You have a palatine tonsil that's also back here right behind your palate, so palatine tonsil. And then up here you have, make sure I say it right, this is your pharyngeal tonsil right here. So pharyngeal tonsil is back behind the nose because it's right next to the pharynx. Let's see, I think that's everything you guys need to know.